This video is sponsored by Utopia Toys and Models. Use my reviewer code to get 20% off your next purchase at utopiatoysandmodels.com. Because of Alex, Adam, and the crew at the Moon Room, I get to review my very first Mezco figure, and it's a great one. Miles Morales from across the Spider-Universe. Let's do it! What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where I unbox, give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see, hit that like and subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're doing that already, thank you so very much. If you haven't watched the last video that I have, there is a giveaway in that, so I will put a link to that in the description. It was my video on Tokyo Ghoul's Ken Kaneki. So make sure to check that out. But this one comes to us courtesy from the Facebook group The Moon Room, and so I won a shot. Well, I didn't win a shot, I paid for a shot to win this Spider-Man, and I won, so which was really great. So this came from Alex Daniel at The Moon Room, so thank you, The Moon Room. Thank you all the admins that host that. So if you want to win some cool figures and stuff, I'll put a link to their Facebook group so that way you can join it and join in that community and that fun too. But we have the Mezco 112 Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Miles Morales. Now this is my very first Mezco figure. Never had one before. I'm an SHFiguarts kind of guy. I've never had a Mezco, and I've never had a Mafex, so looking forward to trying those out. But so I'm excited to open this. So I am going to be a Mezco virgin, and this is going to be touched for the very first time with my hands. So anyway, here's the front. Love the artwork again from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie, which sucks that it's going to be about a couple more years before the final act is going to happen. But you know what? These have been great Spider-Man movies. But anyways, there's Miles Morales. There's the logo. There's the back, tells you everything you get with this. Some shots of the movie. More of the logo. The top is Spider-Man, and then the bottom is the UPC code, mezcotoys.com, and the Marvel license there. So that's what the box looks like. It's a fairly nice box. It's not one of their metal tin boxes that I've seen before, but it's still fairly nice box. So let's do this. Let's get it out of the box and go ahead and open this baby up. And so it looks like Mezco does not tape their boxes shut. They do cover them in plastic, and I already took the plastic off to make this a lot easier, but still have yet to see any of this. So, oh, hey, you get this Welcome to Mezco. Very cool. These are not toys and not meant for children. They're meant for adult collectors. The spider sense effects, so very cool with the web and the Spidey sense, so nice. And then let's bring this figure out here. All right, so far so good. Reminds me a lot of Figure Arts, but just with a lot more stuff on here. So let's start with what's on the bottom here. Looks like we got a Mezco collective bag to store all your accessories. You've got the stand, you got the Spidey sense, and you've got, like, it looks like a book, like a comic book of some sort, and then the stand that says Across the Spider-Verse. So that's really cool. We'll take that out here when we do the posing and stuff like that, so I'll just leave that. Oh, you got the spider web stuff there too as well. So let's go ahead and get into the main piece here. We'll go ahead and open that, remove this beautiful plastic, and then take him out, covered in plastic. Throw away, do not eat this. This is not candy. And wow, he feels, this is my first time feeling a Mezco figure, and this feels really nice. The cloth goods, so one of the things, you don't see any of the joints because of the cloth goods suit, so I'm curious at how that will hold up. We have spider webs, we've got 3 heads, more spider webs, and then we have all these hands here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 8 different hands. And we'll go ahead and pop those out here. And let's unwrap these heads so that way we can take a look at those too as well. They take pretty good care in making sure all this stuff is like really wrapped up nicely, taken good care of. And so that's really cool. Doesn't have different face plates, so it just has different heads. So that's interesting. Maybe the other Mezco figures, I don't know, have different face plates. I am not for sure, but we'll see. So let me go ahead and move all some stuff out of the way. But yeah, here's the first head. Really, really cool. Just kind of the spider face. It has a little bit of a defect right there in the center, but not much to notice there. Another face right there showing his mouth, eyes wide open. Miles Morales' face right there. So they did a really good job on that there. So cool. And then of course the spider, and then the Spider-Man himself. Let's see if I can get him to stand on his own. Sometimes these figures just don't like to do that. And so you got to kind of finagle it here. It's got like this, the joint on his feet are like, I got to get this set just right. There we go. So there he is standing on his own. Let's pop that camera down just a hair. So let's just tell you how high he is. It's not 420, so let's just tell you how big he is. There we go. So he is about 6 inches tall. So there you go. If you're a centimeter kind of guy, you're looking at about 15.5 centimeters in height there. So very, very cool. And so, so far, first impressions, wow. I mean, my first Mezco, and it so far feels really, really good in the hands. What threw me off is the soft goods suit, which covers all the joints, which is really, really cool. So let's bring it in for just a little closer look here. And so, but yeah, this is all soft goods. You got a little bit of like the leather, pleather on it. So the logo feels good, painted. Everything feels really, really nice. Just a nice, sleek black suit. No overspray on the paint, so that's really, really good too as well. So just a really overall nice figure and face there. So when we think of articulation, you got neck, you do have twist, the head does bob and weave. Arm, you can bring it up to here. You could probably bring it more, but the suit does restrict movement a little bit. You do have arm movement up. You can't go 360 with it just because, again, suit does restrict kind of movement. More than a 90-degree bend. Do we have wrist bend and stuff? Yep, absolutely. Upper ab crunch, lower ab crunch, upper twist, lower twist. So very cool. Let's see how far the legs go out. You can Jean-Claude it if you want to. You should, because he is Spider-Man, so he's very, very flexible. Up. You can go back a little bit, butt gets in the way though. And then you do have that. And do you have any twist? You have a little bit of twist, not much. But yeah, that's your Mezco kind of points of articulation, so very nice. Movement is restricted a little bit by the costume, but you know, that's a good trade-off to have a soft goods without showing any of the joints. And so let me do this. Let me get some other figures and we'll compare them in size and feel to some other figures. All right, so let's bring in a few figures that I have to compare them with. So we'll start with the ones that I usually collect, and that's SHFiguarts. And there is Spider-Man 2029 next to him on that. So you can kind of see from a size standpoint where he fits in the scale. Probably pretty decent scale right there. Here is Marvel Legends Wolverine. There we go. You can kind of see that there. I don't have a Mafex, but I do have CT Toys, which is a KO of Mafex. And so let's see how this guy kind of looks there with him. And then let's bring in a 7-inch McFarlane. So there you go. That's what you can see from a scale standpoint, what he looks like. That Wolverine, I love that. That CT Toys Wolverine's a really, really cool Wolverine. SHFiguarts, Mezco, probably going to be, but you notice like Mezco would probably have a, you know, cloth soft goods outfit, so it'd cover all those joints. So that's what I like about this guy. It kind of cleans up those joints. I wish I had a SHFiguarts Spider-Man that I could show you, so that way we can see kind of those differences. But well, I got a Spider-Man, but like a Miles Morales, so I could show you kind of those differences there. But overall, from a feel, I mean, very premium feel here. This one as well, I mean, they both come with about as equal amount of accessories, except this comes with more of a stand and stuff like that. So from a price standpoint, this is what you're looking at. So this guy's $24.99. He's $110, but I won him for free. Well, actually, for a $9 shot, I won him. This guy right here is about 90 bucks. He was 25 because he's a KO of the Mafex, and then this guy right here is $25 as well. So there you go. So that's what it is. So is it worth $110 for the stuff that you get? Well, let me play around with him a little bit. Let me get him in some different poses. Let me do all that kind of stuff, and then I'll let you know in my final thoughts right now. So after about an hour of messing with Miles Morales, I am here with my final thoughts on Mezco 112 Miles Morales Across the Spider-Verse. Probably the pose I'm going to keep him in with his little stand and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. So first of all, I don't know what's taken me so long to get into Mezco. I don't know if it's the price or what, because the price is about similar to the SHFiguarts figures. But this is an amazing figure with the soft goods outfit, the posability you have. Now, of course, you have to really kind of work it a little bit with the soft goods. You have to, you know, just kind of make sure that you're not... It's unlike the Beast Kingdom one where I broke the Batman's elbow, but this has some really good flexibility, but you do get some limitations from the soft goods just because you can't go twist it all the way around. But for a Spider-Man, you get a lot of posability. You get a lot of accessories, you get a lot of fun, really accurate cartoon to the cartoon, but just loving this figure. I mean, I don't have much bad to say about it, just because it's great. It's great. Everything from the details on the suit. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, my hands are shaky, but the details on the suit, just beautiful. No picking on the suit. All of it is expertly crafted, and so I am definitely loving this, and this will not be my last Mezco figure. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I'm gonna give this one an awesome, because it's just so cool. I love Spider-Man, love Miles Morales, love the Spider-Verse and everything that they're doing with that, and it's so good. So thank you Alex, Adam, all the admins at the Moon Room for giving me a shot to win this guy, because I would have never picked up a Mezco figure, but now y'all have made me a believer, and so I can't wait to get a few more. Next, I guess Mafex is the next one on the road for me, so we'll have to try those out too as well. But if you enjoyed this video, maybe consider liking, subscribing, or maybe consider becoming a member. It only goes to help. The channel doesn't hurt it. But thank you for watching, and tune in next time when I do talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, you all remember, stay young, have fun, and be awesome. I'm Spider-Man. Spider-Man. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.